I think with the recent changes, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be voting for Mark Carney. Sorry.
Mark Carney.
Yeah.
And why have you decided to do that?
Because I found him pretty qualified, and I think with the due crisis nowadays, whatever is happening in Canada, we need a very strong person with a financial background. And since he has been working with World Bank and leading financial institutes, so I think he's going to be the best choice for now.
So, what about the other issues like climate, jobs in Canada? Do you think he will be able to address these problems?
I think if we'll be able to create a strong economy, bring back the manufacturing capability of Canada, the golden days, I think it will be answered itself. Because of course people need jobs, and and jobs comes with the growing economy, and given his background, I think he will be able to pull that out. I'm pretty sure about that.
So, is it just his background? Because the Liberals, they have been facing quite a lot of criticism for their policies, and it's just he is just part of the same party. Do you think he will be able to make any difference or any other impact?
I believe on a person because in his first address to the nation, he clearly told all the people that he's not a politician. He's a person like us, and he feels the pain what the common man is facing nowadays. So yeah, I mean there are many pain points like housing, like healthcare, like hate crime sometimes. So I think these things need to be addressed very quickly on a very on an ad hoc basis.
So, when it comes to Muslim immigrants in Scarborough Centre, what do you think is the main point that they need to address when it comes to the elections, federal elections?
I think focus on the community building and look for the betterment of each other, look for the communities, harmony between the communities, and yeah, that's it, more or less. That's it.
So, what about the crime that's been going up in Scarborough? We have been seeing shootings in schools.
Yeah,
Do you
you
think?
pointed out a very, very good question. Yeah, because it's all happening because of the crashing economy. And we need to understand if there is no job, what the people will do for surviving, right? So these kind of shortcuts, they will always adopt, and they will always go for it, go for the short. It's an easy money. So if we have honorable and well-paid jobs with less taxation, let me add that. So yes, the things can be changed.
So, how do you think that they can address the shortage of housing especially in communities like Scarborough, where there are so many immigrants from Muslim backgrounds, from other backgrounds as well?
Yeah. So PM Carney has recently announced about the building of 500,000 houses. To me, the process should be very efficient, cost effective, because it's not about adding the housing to the society or to the ground, but also to make it as affordable, right? So of course there are so many things are linked to it, like mortgages of the banks, how, and being a Muslim in the community, it's kind of like forbidden to go to that way for us, and there is no easy way for us to opt in for that option to buy a house with mortgage. So we are very much worried about it, because I think is this, if we have decided to make, as an immigrant, if we have decided Canada to be our home, then there is no end game if I'm not being able to provide a permanent home for my family, my wife and my kids, because I'm young right now, I can afford the rent, but at the end of the day, after 15 years, 20 years, it will be difficult for me. So I need to think what kind of legacy I'm leaving for my kids, and what kind of things I'm leaving for my wife and my kids, right? So this is the major worry of a Muslim immigrant, let me put it this way. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so what are the factors that you think are leading to many immigrants leaving Canada? Is it that it's not welcoming anymore? Is it that the discrimination has grown, targeting has grown, especially of Muslims?
Right. Well, I would put it in this way: whether it has its own, it was always understood that everyone whoever is coming over here is going to face the weather condition. But other things, when we were outside Canada earning somewhere else, like in Middle East or sometimes in our countries, we had a very, we had to have a chance to have all the earnings of our, but here the big chunk of taxes are gone. And then when you expect the return, there is no return. I mean, let's say, okay, I'm pretty, okay, with the schooling, I'm fine with the schooling, but the most important necessity of any community is a healthcare, right? My son, I just want to share one small thing that one of my, sons has, has his thumb got broken, and it took 5 days for him to get the plaster, or what do you call, the case on his hand. So in our countries or anywhere else, it might be a matter of couple of hours. That's all. Just get the X-ray and then wrap the bandage around the wound. So yeah, the healthcare is terrible. There has to be a major focus on that too, from the new government. I really hope that they make it easy for themselves and above all for us as well.
Okay. So any message you want to give to Muslim immigrants and our community when they head out to federal elections, and even if they are not considering heading out, anything you want to share?
Well, I would always recommend them to make this election based on the people who you think make a better decision for you in the future, and who are balanced in their relation, in their whatever they are saying, and also whichever party is, they're working for the betterment for the common man, regardless of immigrant or a Canadian, or without any stereotype. So yeah.
Yeah, my name is Maida Affan. I live in Scarborough, and yeah.
So, Maida, will you be voting in this upcoming federal election?
Yes, absolutely. I plan to go out and make my vote count this year.
So, what are your main concerns that you want addressed?
So, I think just like a lot of other people that are taking care of a family, their mother, they have kids. I think inflation is on top of their mind. Things are getting more expensive day by day. I was thinking about buying a second car, but I cannot afford it. Just recently, the gas prices did go down, but before that, gas was also becoming very unaffordable. I have 3 boys, and I hope that just the things for kids and just everyday, groceries, and the rent is, not stopping; it's still increasing. So, just to find some relief in everyday prices.
Who do you think is the best candidate in this upcoming election?
So I'm divided between 2 parties based on their policy, but I am swaying towards the Liberal. I'm swaying towards Mike Carney.
So any significant reason for that?
You know what? He seems like he's headed in the right direction. I've heard a lot of his, press conferences and his addresses to the nation. I think that he will, I hope he will address some of the pain points of, the common people.
So, what do you expect him to achieve as a prime minister? Like, do you think he will be able to bring inflation down, considering there's a threat of tariffs from the US?
Yeah, one thing, of course, Trump's policies are outrageous, and as Canadians, we are concerned about the impact of tariffs, especially on, the consumers, which are consumers like myself. One good thing that has come about is that, Canadians are more united in this. We're starting to support, and we should always support local businesses, but I think that we're sort of becoming more united at that front. And I have seen Mike Carney's statements regarding Trump's policies, and he's taking a strong stand, as are other party leaders. But I think that he is the right person to take those challenges head on and make Canada's economy stronger.
Okay, so any message you want to give to Muslim women, our Muslim moms, sisters who are in houses? Do you want to say anything to them?
Yeah, I think just educate yourself. First of all, see who is offering the best policies that best align with your values. Go out, don't stay at home, don't think that your vote will be wasted. I think we all have to just go out this year and make our vote count. So my message to all my Muslim sisters and mothers is, go out there and make your voice heard.
My name is Sana Farhan and I work with TDSB. I have 3 boys.
So have you decided that you will be voting this year?
Not yet, still in the process.
So, why have you not decided?
Because I'm confused with the work previous government did, and let's see. The liberals and the conservatives. So they let's see. I'm still researching what conservatives could do. What are they? What do they say? What they will do? So still in the process of thinking.
What are your main concerns which you want addressed when the new Prime Minister comes in?
Yeah, the first is, of course, rents. They are sky high. Housing, rents, and the grocery. The grocery is so expensive, and there's the healthcare should be improved. There's so much waiting time, and for everything, even for ER, if you want to go for specialists, so the whole system needs to be redesigned well.
So, as a Muslim woman who is working in Canada, what are your biggest challenges?
Well, sometimes, I do face what do we say that? There are a lot of challenges I face. I face that as a that I am not prioritized in a lot of things, like if there are jobs. So main prioritizing is like the white people or the black people. So this is what I felt.
So you feel there is racial and religious discrimination?
Yes, there is still in some organization. They're racist. Yeah.
So you would want this to be addressed? You would want
Yes,
Islamophobia?
I strongly suggest this to be addressed well, and so that they should know our rights as well. Our rights should be prioritized too.
So, do you think that our Muslim brothers and sisters, our Muslim community, it's doing enough in playing their part in coming forward, in contributing to society, especially when it comes to provincial or federal elections?
I think we are doing, but there's a lot to be done more. Like a lot of people should take part in the election, and they should vote who they think is the best, so that because they're also part of society, it will help them eventually. So they should come forward.
Is there any message you want to give to our Muslim brothers, sisters, mothers?
Yeah, I would say them that please, you are part of this country, and if this country does well, you will also be affected. So please come forward, and whatever you think is the best, give them vote.
Yeah, my name is Farhan Siddiqui. We moved to Canada back in 2017, and it's been now almost 8 years that we have been living in this country. Now it's time to vote almost for the federal elections. So our priority, I think, will be liberals as compared to conservatives, because liberals have more favorable policies towards Muslims as compared to the conservatives. Reason for giving my vote to liberals is that they have been more open towards the immigration, towards the Muslim community, and I think as compared to conservatives, they are a better choice. So I think I'd be going back and voting to liberals. This would be our first time that we would be voting in Canada. So hope so. We get a better candidate in terms, we vote to a better party that is liberal.
What was your biggest challenge that you faced since you moved to Canada?
Definitely adjusting into the society, the new environment, and then although the government helped us a lot with new plans and all those things, but I think during the course, the main challenge that we have faced so far is the cost of inflation that has gone so high. And being a new immigrant, it's always a big challenge to cover up all the family living and all those things. So I think in my main points to consider a candidate in the next elections would be how they are going to control the inflation, how they are going to control the immigration policies, particularly the temporary visas, and also how they are going to control the medical facilities. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on the medical systems these days. I mean, on the hospitals, there are so many long lines, waiting lines, and so much pressure on the doctors. So I would definitely look into all these factors before voting for my next candidate.
So, do you think that a liberal leader, Carney, he's well equipped to face these challenges?
Being a finance guy, being in the finance industry for a long time, I believe he might do some better job. So it's just like a better option as compared to a conservative. So I hope so.
So, is there any message you want to give to the Muslim community, our brothers and sisters?
I would like to say that use your vote, use it wisely, and see what's best for the overall interest of Canada, and then particularly for the Muslim community.